Oh, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but ain't none of them nice girls.
This is the Horrible Film School. Take a seat and slowly rip open your Trapper Keepers. I'm Chris, and I am here with Professor Hootie, a.k.a. the Trap Daddy.
Because just when I thought it couldn't get no hotter, I caught a glimpse of the farmer's daughter. What's up, boys?
You damn right. Is that a damn Rodney?
That's a Roddy Atkins tune there.
Dude, I thought you was doing Kid Cudi. I thought that was one of his fucking songs.
I would love to hear Kid Cudi cover something like that. Also joined by a man whose heart can always take it. Professor Nasty, a.k.a. Joey.
What up, y'all? Speaking of Kid Cudi, let's get down to brass tacks. Let's get down to the big question. Who's got the bigger dick, Drake or Kid Cudi?
I think I'm gonna go Kid Cudi.
Y'all, did y'all see that? Did y'all see that Twitter post? Oh no, I think it was an
Have
Instagram
I seen
story.
Drake's penis? I have not seen Drake's penis.
This is worth a recap. We need to go review that. We need to review this Instagram post for the next film.
Oh, is it like a trailer reaction, but it's a Instagram post of somebody's penis? That's content right there.
That dude's
that's
packing heat, bro.
A lot of talk out there that it's a fake photo. Mainly Kendrick Lamar saying that because he has buried that sumbitch.
Yeah, yes. I'm Team Kendrick, so fuck him. All right, boys, before we get into it, I got a bit of news here. Kind of sparse on the news in the horror community, but something that's definitely been circling the ethos. Wanted to shout out a little movie coming out in a few weeks called Long Legs. I know we kind of alluded to it already today, but have you guys seen the viral campaign around this thing? It's pretty fucking cool.
No, we talking about like a ARG? Like what are we talking about?
Kind of, yeah. They put a cryptic ad in the Seattle Times that you had to have like a decipher. You had to have a code to crack it to decipher what it said.
Zodiac or some shit?
Yeah, kind of like Zodiac type shit. They put it in a real newspaper, and apparently you solved it. It pointed to a website called thebirthdaymurders.net, which I did pull up, and it looked cool, but I was afraid to dig around.
I don't want to spoil.
I'm terrified
anything.
of spoilers.
Yeah, I've got to the point now. I don't even watch fucking trailers anymore, man.
Like, it's really fucking cool.
You got the trailer for Alien Romulus just dropped, or like the teaser trailer for that just dropped.
I'll do the teasers, but I won't do a follow up. My rule is for trailers, like if you hook me, then I'm not watching any more trailers. I'm gonna buy a ticket. You don't need to show me any more trailers.
I didn't even watch the one for Smile 2, and I haven't even fucking seen Smile 1.
Smile was alright.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I heard it was okay. It was one of those pandemic sleeper movies, right?
I'm with you, Joey, though. I have not watched any trailer for Romulus because I'm going to see it. So,
right. I think that's a good, like as meta as we all are with movies now, we all know so much about the behind the scenes shit. Like we've kind of talked on the previous episodes that if you want to see a movie, I don't understand why you want to watch dissect trailer, watch someone else dissect the trailer, you know, like if you're in the bag, you're in the fucking bag for it.
Have you seen people review trailers nowadays?
It's a big deal.
I've seen the reactions. It's a big thing.
I saw somebody review a fucking trailer the other day.
Review? Like score it, you're saying?
Yeah. I just like outright gave it a review.
Critique it.
And it's fucking terrible. Like, what is wrong with this culture?
For a caveat, for all of our Instagram followers who do produce trailer reactions, we appreciate your followership.
We do, very much.
Oh, yeah, definitely. React to it. Be a fan. That's all good.
React.
But if you're looking at it from like a critical analysis, that's kind of weird.
There's no way to critically analyze a trailer.
Yeah, that's a bit odd. I mean, all of us do it at the movie theater. You're sitting there, and they're blazing through shitty trailers. You do like the fucking thumbs up, thumbs down. That shit looks terrible. But yeah, so that website is out there. It looks really fucking cool. It opens July 12th, so relatively soon. But if you're the type of person who's not afraid of cracking something like that, it definitely looks like it's something that'd be cool to do. The Batman did this a few years ago with some of the Riddler stuff too, which I did. I went into it and checked it out after I'd seen the movie. It was really, really cool shit, man. But it's cool to see a horror movie do it. You don't see a lot of that kind of stuff with independent films. So
my favorite example of this is Cloverfield.
Yeah, I remember them having them. I think Dark Knight was around that same time when it was like the first instances of the internet being used for this kind of stuff.
Do you remember the one that Aqua Teen did?
I don't remember the Aqua Teen.
They
The
had,
movie?
yeah, they had. It was either the movie or one of the newer seasons back in like 2007 or something.
Right.
But they had like a what's that light thing that kids have when they were kids, babies?
Fleshlight you're talking
No,
about?
not a fucking fleshlight. What?
A laser pointer?
No. It's like
The laser
It's
pointers.
the thing
They
where
had
you
a
stick the
moment.
little pegs in the light.
Oh yeah, like the light bright
Light bright.
things where you like.
Yeah, it was a
draw.
light
Yeah.
bright of one of the
Smart kids had that.
one. It was either
Rich kids.
Ignignata or I can't remember which one.
I got my toys at Maxway.
But anyway, long story short, they thought it was a fucking bomb. So they had the fucking bomb disposal team go out there and like take care of it.
Oh, this was like a real world event,
Yeah, it was just like a thing they had set up.
or just a stunt for the
Yeah.
show.
Just something small.
Pretty funny.
Alright.
I guess Blair Witch is probably the first one to do something like this, but that was pre-ish internet.
Ironically, the movie you brought up earlier, Smile, did a similar campaign to where they were placing people in sporting venues and just having them smile for the duration of the sporting event.
That's
Which is
creepy, man.
Impressive by the actors doing that.
Does that explain like a lot of the Draymond Green interviews where he's just fucking sitting there motionless smiling?
There you go. He was a part of the campaign.
Shout out Draymond. That dude does not give a fuck.
He's gonna be taking Charles Barkley's place here in a few years.
No way.
Charles
man.
is
You can't replace
retiring
Charles.
after next season.
I know,
That's
but
fucking
that's-
crazy.
no one's stepping into that chair with that
Somebody has to.
magnetism.
They've been grooming Greg Draymond to take the spot.
I know that he's old and long in the tooth, but Draymond Green is my favorite player right now.
Favorite active player. He's probably like the only player that is actually of a previous generation at this point.
Oh well, the way his
Everyone
game,
else is European style now.
the way his game plays out, he can play another 7-8 years probably.
And his
Be
knees
totally
are
fine.
dying by the day.
That's the only bit of news I got. Like I said, slow news cycle, but we do have a few horror theatrical bangers coming out. So make sure you get to the cinemas and support our genre.
I saw that a trailer dropped as we are recording this evening with Hugh Grant, titled Heretic.
Fucking Paddington?
Heretic.
Oh.
I was thinking Notting Hill.
Paddington Bear too.
Heretic is for one, a word I've only ever heard during Exorcist 2.
Yep, that's exactly where my mind just went.
And secondly, it's made by A24. So it should be pretty good.
Oh, you got to get that quality seal of approval there. All right, without further ado, I am honored to announce my choice. Today's assignment is 2022's X, which by happenstance is one of the hardest movies to look up. It's just called fucking X. It's always, you have to always put X 2022 movie when you search for it. Just a tidbit for anybody looking to dig into this movie. Today's lesson: queer, straight, black, white, it's all disco. This was my choice, looking to prop up Maxine, and just a franchise that I am super, super into, so I will lead the way here. Start out with some fan reviews. I love to get these negative little biatches out the way, so let's start with one first from April 2022 by a reviewer, Furloin Vinny, titled 7.1 question mark, who is getting paid to write reviews / rate the movies here? I guess it sits at a 7.1 on IMDb, which is criminally low in my opinion.
I think it's like a 6.5 now.
Whoa.
Well, at the time it was higher, I guess.
But
It's
God,
nuts,
what the
man,
fuck
for-
did they do to it to get it down from a 7.1 to a 6.5?
Who review bombed this? I don't know. Blame it on the bots. Are y'all serious? Maybe you could be generous and say 3 out of a 10 for acting and production, but that's it. Story is a 1 out of 10 at best. I just watched the same predictable slasher film I've seen 1,000 times before. Nothing different that stood out to this one besides how slow it burned to the last 40 or so minutes. What kind of a joke are the ratings reviews, including the critics' reviews? I usually love A24 movies, but what the fuck? Do not waste your time. WTF did I really just watch? 1 out of 10. Which I take issue with this. Person claiming to be an A24 fan and thinking this is too hoity-toity or something.
Here's the
I
thing.
don't get
This is
that at all.
like, in terms of the A24 movies I've seen, this is by far the most accessible. By far,
It's the grungiest, yeah.
The most mainstream, I guess.
You're talking about a studio that made Lamb and Men.
Lamb. That's a tough one.
Lamb's
That's men
tough.
fucking tough. Hereditary, tricky for some people.
I would.
Yeah, but this is as close to down the middle as it gets.
This is not as good as Hereditary. I'll say that here.
Oh, that might be a good debate there. But yeah, I was kind of confused. I guess being an A24 stan, as this person apparently is, they were wanting something more weird, possibly. Critiques are tough on this one, even though the rating is not as high as it should be, in my opinion.
I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10. The dude's clearly searching for just headlines here.
Yeah. 3 out of 10 for acting and production. Whatever. Story is a 1 out of 10. GTFO, bro. Spinning to the positive, this one titled Unexpected Pleasant Surprise by Elena Valentine from June 2022. The movie X is a 10-star horror movie. Cinematography is beautiful and sickening when it needs to be, unsettling in all the right ways while still sexually charged, causing emotional disarray. Stellar soundtrack, good acting. Also has Kid Cudi, and who doesn't want more of him in every possible creative medium, not for younger kids. It's about porn stars making porn at the wrong location. Also a comedy. Come to think of it, it might be the best horror comedy I've seen because it doesn't lean too much into the comedy. Falls right in the middle and executes both ends of the spectrum beautifully. 10 out of 10 stars.
Perfect review.
Thought the comedy nod is telling because the movie doesn't present itself that way, but especially on a rewatch, there's some legit funny shit in here.
Yeah, it's got your typical, break the tension with a, funny thing here, funny thing there. But when it turns on the horror, it turns on the horror.
Oh, yes.
Obviously, we'll get into it, but Wayne had me cracking up.
Fucking Wayne, yeah. Might be a low-key MVP in this movie.
He was, I think, there's a lot of characters in this movie. I think a majority of the characters are actually, it's hard to put one over the other. But he was definitely channeling his
McConaughey? Is that what you're getting?
Yeah, his McConaughey.
Magic Mike McConaughey, that's what I was getting. I see some lawbreakers in here. Remember that shit? Yeah.
That underwear scene, he was jacked like McConaughey, so good for him.
Kudos to that guy. All right, reviews out the way. Let's get into who made this bad boy. Of course, you got to start with the name at the top, the marquee writer and director. I think also probably a producer, knowing him, Mr. Ty West, who I have blown on this show several times before. House of the Devil, a movie I love, brought to the show. Innkeepers, also another one of those low-key, low-budget, good horror movies. Pearl, Maxine, currently in the middle of a very successful trilogy. So definitely one of our modern stalwarts in the genre.
Did you ever watch, was it The Sacrament?
Was that his cult movie? I think we referenced
his James Jones. Oh. Is that the motherfucker that was responsible for Jonestown?
Jim Jones.
Jimmy.
I guess, yeah, James and Jim.
It sounds weird when you say James. He sounds more professional.
James, I thought it was a country singer. As soon as I fucking said James Jones, I was thinking he has a country song.
You're thinking of George.
I heard that's pretty good. I haven't seen that. Yeah, the dude's, he's definitely become a juggernaut, for sure.
Did we bring up the Cabin Fever 2 tidbit during the House of the Devil review?
I think we acknowledged the fact that was his first feature film, but I don't think we really had any opinions on it. I don't think any of us have ever seen it.
I haven't seen it, but I read if it was up to him, he wouldn't be acknowledged for that movie.
I have that.
Oh, you want to talk about it?
Yeah,
you want to talk about it?
Well, because we're basically from the same town as they filmed Cabin Fever 1 at, so I feel like it has a special place in the show's heart. So Cabin Fever 2, after re-editing and reshooting the film by the producers, West requested to have his name removed from the film and replaced with the pseudonym Alan Smithy. Since he was denied by the producers and he remains credited as the film's director, West has since disowned the final product, claiming that it is more a product of producers and executives than of his own. It is unknown if there will ever be a quote-unquote director's cut released featuring West's original vision. Could you imagine?
Oh, we're all sitting here with bated breath waiting on the fucking directorial release of Cabin Fever 2.
Obviously, he's a competent director.
Yes.
If he shot something and he thinks there's a better movie than what we got, then I believe him. But then again, I'm not waiting around for Cabin Fever 2.
Well, it's Cabin Fever 2.
The first one was fine enough.
The full name, fellas, is Cabin Fever 2
stupid shit.
Spring Fever.
Spring Fever. That was my guess.
It's actually pretty good. Nah, it's pretty good.
Trash.
Pretty good.
But yeah, Ty West, I'm a big fan. If you want to go to House of the Devil, you can get some more details on him there. Watch both of those movies. Well, watch this and House of the Devil. Both fantastic in my book. Also wanted to shout out music by Tyler Bates. He's a Zack Snyder, Rob Zombie, John Wick guy, so he's definitely done a lot of big stuff, and it definitely gives like more of a professional feel to the soundtrack here, the score here than you would get in other movies of this ilk.
Is he responsible for all that fucking moaning and shit?
He has to be, right? It's like baked into the score.
It's so unsettling, man. It's actually really fucking good.
Yeah, it's sexy.
It ain't that it's sexy. It's that it's like it's super unsettling. Like it's almost like the Kiki Mama from Friday the 13th.
I was watching this in our upstairs theater room with my sound system like on full blast, and just the moaning was rocking the walls. Like this. The
wife was like, "Jesus, he's watching porn again."
This is awkward.
He's been jacking off for an hour and 40 minutes. What the fuck?
But he wasn't alone making the music. Also, Chelsea Wolfe was his partner on this. She's a goth rocker from a band called Mrs. Piss. I thought that was a pretty cool little tidbit there. Mrs. Piss, not Miss Piss. Mrs. She's married.
To shout out you two from our last episode, Bride of Chucky, I've been blasting some Hellbilly Deluxe over the past couple weeks here.
It doesn't get old, man.
Now.
Think about the fact that thing is 25 years old.
We're getting old, fellas.
Jesus. Ugh. Still love it, though. Also wanted to note the production company, of course, is A24. It kind of predates a lot of these movies. Hereditary, Talk to Me, Moonlight, Midsommar, The Iron Claw, we talked about recently. It's definitely become a seal of some sort of prestige, if you will.
You have
horror
you
stuff.
see that A24 on the poster. You have certain expectations. But it cuts both ways. I mean, you watch something like what's a good example? They Only Come at Night, or Only Comes at Night, or whatever.
That's a good
you remember how hyped we was for that movie? We were for that movie.
Yeah, it had a great trailer. And
it just did not. I need to rewatch. We need to rewatch that movie.
Have you seen Men?
No.
I'm a big Alex Garland fan.
I'm not about demeaning my own gender. Sorry.
Watch Men and tell me what the ending means, because I've thought about it a lot.
I can just watch. I've seen the trailer.
Shit I've never seen.
You talking
before.
about watching a trailer and it ruins a movie where I don't want to see it?
Nah. There's some things there you've never seen before, believe me.
I watched Men in a theater by myself.
Holy shit.
The second week that it came out, nobody was there.
Oh, guaranteed.
The last 15 minutes are a testament of sanity. I was sitting at my computer watching it. Okay. Still going. Okay.
Oh, all right. That's another one.
Anyway.
That's another one.
But yeah, also attached to A24 and to highlight the executive producer, Mr. Sam Levinson. He's another one of those A24 guys. He does the show Euphoria on HBO, which is a co-production of HBO and A24.
Now, obviously, there can be both worlds here. You have like multiple WWE, AEW kind of thing. Blumhouse and A24. In your mind, who's a better production company?
No, it's A24 by a mile for me.
By a mile. All right.
It is. I feel like Blumhouse is more of a shotgun. Broad. I don't see A24 making a Halloween movie.
I mean, Blumhouse, they're responsible for... are they responsible for
Get Out, right?
Jordan Peele's movies?
The first, they Get Out, yeah.
Right,
I think he's produced
Get
his
Out
own
was
stuff
fucking
since.
dope.
Yeah.
I like the Halloween movies, even though you guys don't. The Exorcist movie, I heard that sucked cock.
Mike Flanagan somehow got attached to the sequel. So
A24 is like we were talking about earlier. They have a certain prestige about them. It's
yeah, but what is your preference? Like, not everybody wants to see.
Here's the thing. I can't say I have a preference because one company is known for highbrow, hoity-toity shit, and the other one is known for a more blue collar horror.
Blue collar, there it is. So you want to go on a date?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, all right,
Blumhouse movie.
Yeah, all right. I want to go on a date. I don't want to always date the motherfucker that's going to take me to goddamn Red Lobster or whatever. I want to take. I want to sometimes.
Be bad.
I want to sometimes go to Chick-fil-A. I want to go to Cookout.
Yes.
Do you really want to go to Cookout after?
I don't know why I said Red Lobster for like the nice fucking place, but
Red Lobster, like the
fucking seafood. Look, here's the thing: seafood.
Aren't they like going out of business?
Yeah, they're gone. Unfortunately, no more cheddar biscuits. But don't they make you wear like a bib when you eat? Like, isn't that like an requirement? Because there's so much like butter and shit.
Because they know you're like a fat, disgusting piece of shit. And you're gonna just destroy your meal.
Yeah, I want to. I don't want to say I prefer one to the other because it's all the flavor of the week.
You like your sweet and your salty.
Buddy, I want them both at the same time.
I feel like A24 is like more, I guess, like the personality I seem to project on the podcast.
Oh yeah,
I think people would associate that more with my taste.
Dude made us watch that. What's that shit with Daniel Day-Lewis? Purple Thread or something.
The Phantom Thread.
Dude made us watch the Phantom Thread in the front fucking
great
row.
Fucking movie.
Made us sit there in the front row and watch it. I love Daniel Day-Lewis. Don't get me wrong. I love Gangs of New York.
Yeah, one of the greatest actors of all time. What are you
Raul's
about?
poor
Paul
ass.
Thomas Anderson.
2 minutes into the fucking movie, he's asleep in front of the entire thing.
I thought he's narcoleptic, man.
And this fucking movie is so quiet and shit. And he's fucking snoring. I'm falling asleep listening to him snore. But that's the type of mystique you project. I'm much more of a fun Zombieland type.
I like to be cerebral, man. I don't always like to unplug my brain and be entertained. Sometimes I want to be challenged.
I feel like Hootie's like a Toxic Avenger type.
Oh,
just
of course.
Fucking...
It's just chaos. Let's put a pin in this, fellas, and let's shift it to a homework assignment for the audience. Who do they prefer?
Oh, yeah. Right. Let's see an argument, pro and con. Let's see who can make the better argument there. Good idea, Hootie. All right, that's all I got for crew notes. You guys got anybody else you want to shout out there?
Makeup department. I don't really have one name in particular.
Yeah,
but
that's a good point.
The makeup on the Pearl character and the Howard character, they're fantastic.
It's bananas. I mean, like I said, we're talking about meta all the time. We know these things now. Going into this, I didn't know that was going to be what it was, Yeah. It worked. That's what's fucking crazy about it.
Yeah. I think it was a big shock for anybody once you see the end credits.
Yeah, great work there. Good shout out. You got anybody you want to talk about, Hoot?
All I had was to reiterate your soundtrack comment, and I'm going to talk about it throughout the film, but there are some banging songs in this film.
Well, we talking about songs or score?
The actual music's good, too.
I'm talking about songs.
Yeah. The songs are fantastic.
Yeah. And the thing about the songs I thought was great was it's like music but you never thought was like as cool as it is in this movie.
Well, it's music like you would turn on if you were in a van going through fucking Austin, Texas in 1979.
There is a song we've already heard 2 times on this show that was in Scream and The Frighteners that's in this film. It might be the theme song of our show at this point.
Yeah. It's definitely has a lot of homage baked into it.
Yeah, it's bop tick tock ba doom bop tick tock ba doom bop boom yeah.
I think Joey's a little drummer boy. What was his name? The little goofy looking one.
Max or some shit. I don't fucking know his name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's Smeagol right there. Smeagol Hansen.
Fat hobbitses. We should re-record Bop as 3 different Smeagol's. That'd be the fucking shit.
That would be awful.
Or just Smeagol and Gollum going back and forth doing Bop. That'd be, if AI could do anything for us, they can do that. All right, let's go behind the scenes. I got a couple of notes here. I
hope you got more than a couple, because that's all I got.
It's not a ton for a movie that's, I feel like we're still living its canon out, maybe. It's not old enough for it to be like... I feel like
Ty West is like a big dick motherfucker when it comes to getting shit done fast.
First note I got. Principal photography took place from February 16th to March 16th, 2021. That is 1 month.
That's fucking crazy.
And there's only 28 days in February. Think about that. That's less than a fucking month. Shot in the Manawatu region of the North Island of New Zealand.
But this was shot during COVID, yeah.
Situation. Yeah. I remember I caught him on a podcast when he was promoting this movie, and he was pretty much like, they gave us free reign to do what we want. We just had to stay on the island. So because of that, like, imprisonment, I don't know what you want to call it, whatever that isolation they took was the reason they were able to do what they were doing with the sequel, which I'll touch on here.
I was about to say, are we allowed to talk about like the fact that he created 2 movies back to back.
I got specifically here. It says in March 2022, it was revealed that a prequel film, Pearl, was secretly shot back to back with First. West directed and co-wrote it with Mia Goth. Principal photography took place, of course, in New Zealand, and it was officially announced it was already in post-production when X came out.
How fucking crazy is that?
New Zealand had some of the harshest, granted, for all due purposes, COVID lockdowns.
Yeah, they were shit. It spun some gold down there in them hills.
Yeah, but not to reiterate or anything, but I don't really want to gloss over how impressive the back-to-back movie filming was.
Especially when you consider how different these two movies are.
How good the prequel is.
Yeah, I agree. We'll get there eventually.
I'm just saying that's nuts. It's crazy.
You think about the fact these are 2 very distinctly different movies because, like we always hear about, like James Cameron's going to shoot 3 Avatars in a row. It's all the same fucking story.
Oh, these movies look nothing alike.
Long. Yeah, these are two
totally different tones.
2 different movies.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's impressive. Very, very impressive.
Same farmhouse and barn and whatnot, but yeah.
Yeah. They use location, of course, but it's bananas, man. I also had a note here. The sneak preview was shown in X's post-credit scene in North American releases for Pearl. It was released in September of 2022, 6 months after the release of X.
I wonder if this is a trick. Bruce Campbell's talked about this with Sam Raimi and Xena, the Warrior Princess that he was a part of for its run. That was all shot in New Zealand. And New Zealand creates separation between, obviously, L.A., and so there's a lot more free reign that you can do without a producer breathing down your neck. And I wonder if that's how
I could see that.
Got away with it.
Yeah, like they were literally isolated there from financiers and everything else. And shit, if we can get this movie made in 3.5 weeks, I'm sure whatever money they were given, they could probably stay wherever they were staying for months at a time. So
yeah, he was talking about, I think it was Army of Darkness, and they went way over budget, but there was nothing they could do.
See, as good as this movie, I mean, spoiler alert, the movie's fucking good. And its prequel turned out to be, and those were shot, super fast. You can only imagine how good Maxine should be. Given that he's had
time to
2
cook.
years now?
Yep, 2 years. It'll be, 2 years and some change in a couple of days. I'm excited.
What would be a good horror franchise reboot for him to take over?
Leprechaun.
No, that'd be fucking terrible.
It's got to be slasher.
It's got to be a slasher, right?
I wouldn't mind seeing this Freddy, honestly.
I don't think he'd want to do Friday the 13th. I think he would do like Freddy or something.
His dialogue is very playful, as Freddy would lean towards.
Yeah, he definitely has more of the humor in his scripts than you're gonna find like in a Jason movie or a Halloween movie. Have you seen the it's like a fake poster circulating the internet of Rob Zombie's Fred? It's supposed to be like an HBO series starring DJ Qualls as fucking
DJ
Freddy
Qualls
Krueger.
from fucking New Guy.
I saw that shit. I was like, whoa, somebody posting this shit and like getting hyped for it.
Dude, remember when he fucked
Get the
that
fuck outta here,
fat
man.
chick in Road Trip? Was it Road Trip?
Got her panties. Yeah,
Yeah.
he said, "Did you kill a cheetah?" Yeah, it was bad.
Did you kill a cheetah?
I remember that one.
I always wanted the guy, he has his own podcast now, Lex Luthor from Smallville, Michael Rosenbaum.
Rosenbaum, yep.
I was like he'd be a good Freddy, but oh well.
Yeah, I guess he does have that kind of like jokery face about him.
And he's tall and skinny, so. Unlike Jack Little Haley, who's short, so.
Jackie. Okay, we're not getting to Jackie again.
You're gonna love
Yeah, I
me.
remember specifically like listening to, like I was waiting for X because I had my ticket, gonna go watch it. Sitting in my car listening to a podcast that Ty West was on because I was the early at the theater. And that's when I heard he was like, "Oh yeah, I got another movie coming out in 6 months." Like, what the fuck? That's how I knew to stay after the credits for the Pearl trailer. So did you guys see the Pearl teaser after the after X, or how did you consume this?
I didn't watch
the first
X in
time?
theaters, I don't think. Did I?
Oh, you didn't?
We would have watched it together, wouldn't we?
Probably, yeah. I think I watched it alone for sure.
Yeah.
Because it was like a Friday I had off, so I went at like a 2:00 showing or something.
Was that during? It was 2022. That's post COVID, right?
Yeah, but everything was still kind of weird.
Yeah, I remember wearing a mask watching this.
Yeah, I think it was a mask.
Yeah, I
thing.
didn't go then.
I saw this in theaters weeks after it came up from the groundswell that it got. And I watched it by myself like you did, Chris. And it was I walked out being like, that's the best horror film I've seen since Hereditary.
Right, yeah. Definitely carried that torch. And the fact that 6 months later I watched a double feature in theaters of Pearl and Barbarian. That's a great horror run right there.
I really enjoyed Barbarian.
Yeah,
I thought it was a piece of shit.
How about that?
You're full of
He
shit.
fucking hates Justin Long.
We need a little bit of
you like the weird
we need
creature
a little bit
feature
of
shit.
contrarian opinions on here. Too much agreement.
Speaking of theatrical stuff, this kind of annoyed me. The fact that I read this on June the 19th. Because on June the 18th of this year, just a week ago, the movie was re-released, and it had the first 7 minutes of Maxine apparently was part of its promotion.
Oh,
so
fuck, really?
Could have went and watched the
I didn't
first
have a
7-minute
clue.
preview of Maxine.
Where did it show around here?
I think it was AMC's only, so I think our closest one is like an hour and a half
Ugh.
away.
I ain't doing that.
We're in Regal neighborhood, so. But yeah, you could have watched the first 7 minutes of Maxine already.
Couldn't shoot your boy a line, I see. All right. It's fucked up, Chris.
I told you it was the day after it had been released that I read this note, and I was like, fuck,
I don't
man.
know. Seeing Brittany Snow's tits on the big screen might have been worth it.
One more time. I just wanted to see the outline of that BBC one more good time.
That thing was swinging, wasn't it?
What you doing out there,
Had some
Pops?
girth.
Damn.
What's up, Pop?
He said, "Oh, you got a gun? I got one too."
Last little note I had here was something that kind of educated myself on, because I knew this genre, the subgenre, but I'd never seen it written out before. But apparently it's a modern take on what they call the psycho-biddy horror subgenre. You guys familiar with this?
What is that?
Psycho-biddy is when an aging or elderly woman portrays a grotesque, violent character. Like, we've seen movies like this before. I never knew there was an actual term for it, though.
So, like, The Visit would be one of these?
Like Sunset Boulevard from back in the day. It's like old women are creepy. It's kind of like the vibe of the horror movie.
Well, you see that with any sort of movie where there's like a witch involved. Like we see it with Pumpkinhead. Like you saw how horrific the fucking witch looked on there, like an old crone type villain.
She'd be like a psycho-biddy character. I think it's kind of weird reading about it that you don't see the male version of that. Like it doesn't exist.
Should have came here, Harley.
In storytelling for some reason. Isn't that weird?
A man who can't get an erect penis is no longer a threat to anybody.
But yeah, shout out to the budget. This budget is fucking insane, man. $1 million.
No, you do it again, but do it as Dr. Evil.
$1 million.
There you go. That's much better.
That is crazy, dude.
That's insane.
Didn't we just say, wasn't Bride of Chucky $25 million?
In 98.
Shit, 14 of that went to fucking Rob Zombie for that goddamn album.
In 98 money, brother. This was $1 million in basically today's currency. That's insane.
Makes you wonder, like, what did these
other
make?
movies spending money on?
Well,
exactly.
That's true, but yeah, what do the actors even make? Like,
well, you saw what they spent on Anaconda's animatronics and fucking CGI. When you don't need CG and you can just make this shit on some little farm out in the middle of nowhere, production costs go down.
Give me 30 of those for every Bride of Chucky. You know what I'm saying? That is insane, dude.
First of all, you don't need to be putting down Bride of Chucky because of this movie.
First of all,
you need to.
It's the most recent
you need
example.
To fucking,
I'm sorry.
Stay in your lane. Watch your tone.
Watch out for Tiffany birthing this demon fetus in your face.
Maybe attack something like Leviathan, Chris. You know.
Fuck that Leviathan shit. That's fine.
God,
but yeah,
he was so
$15.1 million
happy to choose
box
that movie.
office.
I was so happy.
He just
Sweet summertime, baby. 15-1 ratio. There you go for your box office to budget.
That's bananas.
Should have made more money than this.
It was during COVID. So or it was coming out during COVID.
Everything became more expensive during COVID as far as like how much it cost them to make this movie.
Yeah, can I get a bucket of popcorn? Yeah, it's $75. You want the butter? $7.
Like if you take this movie out of the COVID development scenario, it's probably a $800,000 movie.
I'll be interested to see what Maxine's budget is because I'm sure it's much higher than $1 million.
Oh, you see the star-studded cast. The cast alone, like And now Mia Goth is like, she's commanding real fucking money. I'm going to try to save the spoiler. But the character of Pearl, and I guess it goes hand in hand with Howard, the actress who played the role, took like, I think it's 6 to 8 hours to apply their prosthetics and makeup. There's a reason it looks so fucking good on screen. It was very, very well done.
Yeah, this is real practical craftsmanship on display.
I had a note on one small piece here, and that's about all I got. When filming the scene for her iconic basement portion of the film, Gina Ortega was hungover after going on a bar crawl in New Zealand the night before with castmate Kid Cudi.
Oh, shit.
Talk about a bar crawl.
What happened
I can't
there.
stand this bitch.
That'd be nice.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about her fucking face.
Gina Ortega?
I cannot fucking stand Gina Ortega.
I don't like Wednesday.
She's blown up, man. She's blown up since this movie came out.
She's in Scream, too.
Oh, she's like
Yeah, the same
second
year.
bill on like anytime you see this movie like mentioned anywhere.
Yeah, that's definitely in retrospect.
Well, she actually has a relatively large role in the movie, sure, but second bill.
Church Mouse.
When you got fucking Kid Cudi and Brittany
Church
Snow
Mouse.
and yeah.
Well, Kid Cudi was also a producer here. I don't know if I shouted that out, but that's pretty cool. He put some money on the line.
Oh, so he bought his way into his role, huh?
And he lent his talents.
If you go back and watch the scene where she goes into the basement, and I read this note, or I found this note before I watched the film for a second time, you can tell she's not all there.
Yeah, you can see she's like eating just raw eggs. She's just got a fucking jar of them.
The basement scream was done under the influence.
She was hungover, apparently, badly.
It's a great scream, man.
The basement scream, as much as I do not care for this character, is probably one of the most iconic screams in modern horror. The poster, at the very least, is like...
It's the poster for the modern scream.
I think we had the same conversation a while back when we were talking about iconic screams.
Oh, even when we were watching the trailer for this, when we saw that bit, we were all like, oh yeah, that's the face you remember. All right, dudes, without further ado, let's tap into our own little corner of the porn universe with 2022's X. Heavy spoiler warnings ahead. Watch this movie if you haven't already, and we are going to break it down.
We shouldn't disturb him. It would only make him angry. You would like Daddy when he's angry. I could give you a ride.
It's 1979, and police officers arrive on a desolate farm in rural Texas and find numerous dead bodies wrapped in bags. They enter the farmhouse and find something shocking in the basement. Here we meet Sheriff Dentler, played by James Galen, who is in a lot of motherfucking Power Ranger stuff.
You cannot say that last name like that and leave it.
Galen was in a lot of fucking Power Rangers.
I did not find that out about him.
Yeah, I guess he's heavy into voice work. He has a cool-ass voice. He looks and acts a lot like another actor that I could not place, but it's not him.
Are you talking about the sheriff character from the Halloween movies?
No, not that guy. I know that guy. He's talking about from the sequel or the third.
No, I'm talking about the ones from the remakes.
The cowboy hat. Yeah. I'm thinking of the guy from The Wire.
Oh fuck! I don't fucking know. I got a clue.
He was a hitman on The Wire. They called him Brother or something. He was one of the guys interviewing McConaughey in True Detective.
Oh, good lord! Is that the same guy?
The shorter guy. It's not him, but he does look and act a lot like him.
Yeah, he does look like that guy. Okay. The notes I had about him was he was in The Meg and Ash versus Evil Dead.
Oh, got some TV work in the horror world.
So you said they went into the basement, like the law officers went into the basement and they saw something that horrified them, right?
Yeah, they got you got to come look at this.
He comes down there and he says, "My God, I got a theory about that up to this point. You want to hear what it is?"
Was it somebody's penis?
Here's what I'm thinking. They're staring at a life-size poster of Hootie in a tank top. His traps freshly swollen and gorged by the constant drip of creatine and muscle milk.
And they were wondering, where can we order one of these tank tops?
My God.
Go to horriblefilmschool.com. Go to the merch store. You can find yourself one of these gorgeous tank tops.
We have 3 gorgeous designs.
We'll be designing one of those posters, too, before too long.
Joey's got to get some beanies going, though. That's his personal task. I did like here, I don't know if you noticed, the opening shot is from inside the barn.
Oh, the 4:3 aspect ratio. And
it's framed just like an old movie.
It's pretty dope.
Like, this is so fucking cool, man. Like, this tip of the cap from the first frame.
Well, it's great because it starts this way, and spoiler alert, it also ends that way in terms of it changing the aspect ratio.
And not to spoil the sequel, but literally we're going almost the same. The sequel almost starts the same way.
I'm done with the show, Joey. I didn't know that the film ended with the same shot.
Oh, shit.
Fuck me. Cyclical, baby.
Just fast forward to the ending, please.
24 hours earlier, aspiring adult film star Maxine embarks on a road trip with her producer boyfriend Wayne, fellow actors Bobby Lynn and Jackson, amateur director RJ, and RJ's girlfriend Lorraine to shoot a pornographic film.
Character dump.
You're a fucking sex symbol. She looks at her.
I love her accent, man.
With
It's so
accent.
corny, but it works so well. I met so many women who speak like this. It's beautiful.
That's the Southern Belles, baby.
Yeah,
this taking place in the
You're
heart of
a
Texas.
fucking star, Maxine.
Oh man, I felt right at home just hearing these people talk.
The bad part is the way that she speaks. To your point, Chris, I've heard lots of girls or women sound like that definitely were not
damn right
fucking stars.
Some of God's good people.
You ain't about to stick that in my butt, are you?
Well, let me finish this bit, and then we can do our character dump, because essentially we meet them all here in one big swoop. Bobby Lynn and Jackson strike up a romance, while RJ is attempting to make a film that seems like a serious cinematic work of art. And Lorraine, who assists with equipment and lighting, is thoroughly unimpressed. We'll start at the top here. Maxine Minks is played by the lovely Miss Shia LaBeouf, a.k.a. Mia Goth, who you may know from Nymphomaniac, the Suspiria remake, Mr. Hoodie, and the X trilogy, which we are in the middle of right now.
Did you guys ever watch Infinity Pool?
I did watch Infinity Pool.
That bitch is crazy as fuck in that movie.
I think that's another A24 joint, right?
Fuck if I know. I know it's a Cronenberg. His
it might be Neon that produced that one.
What is it? Brandon Cronenberg? Dude,
Brandon
super bizarro.
Cronenberg.
She's so crazy in that fucking movie.
Yeah. Psycho, but kind of hot at the same time.
Yeah, but she's gonna be doing a couple of movies here in the future. She's gonna be playing a role in the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein movie with Oscar Isaacs and Christopher Waltz.
Yes.
And if the movie's ever fucking made, apparently she is still attached to the 2025 Blade reboot with Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala Ali.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't know what Marvel's doing at this point.
Himself.
I mean, Mahershala's only getting older.
It's like the one movie I want to see out of their next wave, though, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of how the first wave started. Well, not the first wave, but, you know.
Oh, did you see who they cast as Ghost Rider?
No.
Thomas Jane.
Oh, man.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know if it's true. I saw it
Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman would be fucking great.
No, it's Ryan Gosling.
No fucking way. Is this one of those DJ Qualls?
I don't know yet. I don't know if it is. Look it up right quick. While I talk about a little bit more about Mia Goth and how hot she is. Mia Goth is so fucking hot. And she has such a unique look, man. I think I talked about it when we talked about Anya Taylor-Joy. Like in terms of like the uniqueness of the looks, they're very similar. But Mia Goth, I was convinced that's not her fucking name. So I did a little bit.
Oh, you thought it was like made up stage name?
That's a fucking stage name. Apparently it's not.
She's got a long ass name.
She's got a long ass name. It's Mia Gypsy Mello da Silva Goth. So it is Mia Goth.
How about that?
Where's the LaBeouf? Or LaBeouf?
She's not married. They have a child together and they're partners. They met on the set of Nymphomaniac, which had some real fucking caught on camera in that one. That's kind of what it was known for.
And they just fell in love.
Real penises going in vaginas right there in your art house movie. Here's your Ryan Gosling quote. Ryan Gosling says it would be amazing to play Ghost Rider in MCU.
Well, fuck.
I don't mean
He
much.
wants to. So, there's that.
Yeah, but Jim Halpert also wanted to be Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four movie, and he got cooked.
I think everybody wanted him to do it, and that's the only reason it happened. I don't know if he had.
He was the character in the
taste.
Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, he was like the alternate universe Reed
And he
Richards
was
or whatever.
good for that small segment.
But yeah, Mia Goth, who do you got something to say about her? What was the... I did not appreciate the disdain in your voice.
What do you
when
mean?
I said Suspiria. I didn't like that. What
Oh,
was that about?
Suspiria is just a fucking awful film. So
Wait, the remake
Fuck
or the
outta
old one?
here.
I don't care. Burn them both to the ground.
I've seen them both. Thumbs up, baby.
I will watch Terrifier over and over and over and over before watching that shit.
You're going to have to, because we're doing a damn marathon for the
Great.
Patreon.
So excited.
Nothing but Terrifier for 24 hours before the third one comes out.
Oh, I got something I got to tell you guys. So we recently have told the audience and have created a TikTok. And on TikTok, there is people do lives. And there's multiple people who do lives dressed up as Art the Clown.
They just look at you or some
They
shit.
look, they honk horns, they don't talk at all. They smile, and people watch the shit out of it.
That's kind of cool.
It sounds like a cameo I'd want to pay to like give somebody for their birthday.
I couldn't bring
It's
myself to
Art.
like shave my mustache or cut my beard to do it, but I think that would be cool.
I like that. That demands an audience. Be a shout out to Suspiria, my lovely brother, fellow co-host here, got me the original soundtrack on vinyl. It's fucking wicked.
Music by
The
Goblin.
is the shit. Fuck that hootie hate.
Contrarian, as Joey said earlier.
Contrarian. Well, au contraire to the lovely Maxine Minks, we have the opposite character. Lorraine Day is played by the lovely Miss Jenna Ortega. Apparently Hootie loves her. Joy, I got the opposite opinions about these two women. Jenna Ortega, who you may know from Scream from 2022. She was big on the Wednesday Netflix show and will be featured heavily in this fall's Beetlejuice.
Yeah, you got the Michael Keaton returning, Winona Ryder, Catherine O'Hara, Tim Burton's back behind the camera. Kind of hyped up for that. Have you seen the trailer for it yet?
The juice is loose. I've seen it every time I've taken my son to the movies, and he hides his face every time Michael Keaton pops up.
Is there a
at the
reason
end.
Michael Keaton
Poor
looks
guy.
weird?
Because he's
It's not
40 years
well, I'm
older.
just saying it's not a 1-to-1 of like how these Beetlejuices look. Beetlegeises. How do you say? Beetlegeese?
Think about
Beetlegeese.
this.
I'm just saying it's plural for Beetlejuice. It
What's
wouldn't be
you're
Beetlejuice.
saying his makeup looks weird?
Yeah, he looks weird.
We only see like two frames of him. in the
No,
trailer
I've seen a trailer that's got a lot of shit in it.
Tim
Oh, you're watching
Burton's ass
something
would
different
say
then.
it's
Yeah.
an evolution of the
I
character.
couldn't fucking stop myself from watching it
This
because
is
it just
true.
popped up.
He looks different because Johnny Depp was unavailable. Sorry.
There you go, boom.
You know, one day they're going to redo it with Johnny Depp. No matter how old Johnny
I'm
gets.
surprised they didn't cast Helena Bonham Carter in the
Oh,
in the
man,
antagonist
I love
role.
Helena. Don't even remind me.
I killed
Marla
Sirius
Singer.
Black.
We also have Bobby Lynn Parker, played by Brittany Snow, who was actually the top bill in 2008's Prom Night, a movie I have never seen.
I'm almost certain that I've seen that prom night version, but I don't remember anything about it.
She's the main character, apparently.
It's not in terms of if you give a fuck about like IMDb ratings or whatever. It doesn't look very appealing. I think she's more known for her appearances in Pitch Perfect, the trilogy of that movie.
She's in all three.
Series.
That's a blind spot for me there.
Yeah, I had a blind spot until the other day with 2012's Would You Rather. With Jeffrey
Is
Combs.
it like an American Pie ripoff or something?
No. Would You Rather? It's more like a ripoff of Truth or Dare. Well, I guess it's not really a ripoff because that Truth or Dare movie come out.
It predates that, right?
Yeah,
It's like
this
a
is a
2-year-old movie.
Yeah, Truth or Dare is not that old. But Jeffrey Combs is in it, and
Jeffrey.
he is so fucking good in this movie.
Jeffy.
Everybody else is. You know who's in it? Fucking Ricky from Trailer Park Boys is in it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Same haircut?
Say he looks exactly like
Sideburns
fucking Ricky.
and all.
Holy shit. But nah, the Jeffrey Combs in that movie is so good. It's kind of a run-of-the-mill horror movie, but it has a couple of cool kills. Not really a highly recommended movie, but definitely neat seeing Jeffrey Combs in anything, you know.
We also got Jackson Hole, played by Scott Mescudi, who you may know as Kid Cudi. He was also a producer on this hair project, and you may know him from Day and Night. The only song.
Just gotta go to a sunny day, a sky night.
Day and night.
Scared night.
I had a lot on Kid Cudi actually.
Yeah, I was hoping someone would have more of a fan.
He's in the Knuckles
really
TV show
that well
on Disney
he's
Plus.
Kind of fascinating. Yeah. He's kind of a fascinating
Idris.
dude. Well, for one, he's Joe Burrow's favorite rapper, so that's number one.
Oh yeah, that's something.
But he was in Don't Look Up. He was in The Dangers of Having a Chainsaw for a Hand from Ash vs. Evil Dead, which was a Funny or Die skit.
Damn, that's a hell of a title.
I watched it. It's pretty awesome. And finally, to bring it around here, he is actually making his directorial debut next year with a film called Teddy, which he also wrote. And it's apparently supposed to be kind of a Friday-type jokey hood film.
He definitely reminds me of kind of how I see like a Donald Glover, you know, like one of these young rapper guys who can kind of do a little bit of everything.
I remember going to this film, watching it, I think it had to be you, Chris, because you didn't see it yet, that I was like, man, whoever played Jackson was awesome. And I think I even commented on that I'd never seen the guy before, and then you told me that's Kid Cudi.
The wildest part is Hootie had never even seen the movie. He just saw that one scene where his dick was hanging out.
I was like, who is this
dude?
guy?
He was awesome. Holy shit!
I saw Kid Cudi, but who was playing the cock?
Is he in other adult films?
Moving on, we had Mr. Wayne Gilroy, played by Martin Henderson. And this was another one of those guys where I watched this movie twice, and I never fucking realized how I knew who it was. But now I do.
Say it.
I'll say it just for like every episode we have to say this. This person was on Grey's Anatomy. For
oh my god!
This is like 3 movies in a fucking row.
Who wasn't on that fucking show?
Get that aside. That's not what I know.
Jesus.
So apparently he was the dude in The Ring. I had no fucking idea that was him.
Dude. Samara gave him the fucking death suck. Y'all remember his face in that movie after he got sucked? She sucked his soul out of him.
Scene.
She said
she kept on sucking.
Sucked his ass right through that goddamn TV down into the well,
too.
boy. Don't give him no hot.
The cherry that makes this guy stick out in my fucking memory is a really shitty motorcycle movie called Torque from like 2004. I just remember his face on the fucking DVD cover. It's just such a ripoff of something just like that. It is dog shit. But I was like, that is exactly who this man is.
I thought you was going another way with this one, brother.
What else
this is the guy from the music video for Britney Spears' Toxic.
That's a fapping video right there.
I came so many times to her like covered in crystals. Holy shit.
The crystal outfit.
Dude, she was covered in crystals. I was covered in crust. You know what I mean?
It was a good time to be in high school.
But yeah, man, I thought reading the credits that he might have been the dude that she gives like a rim job in the airplane bathroom. But he was not. He's like the guy that gets killed at the end of the music video. He's like the executive she's out to assassinate.
Finally, we have R.J. Nichols, played by Owen Campbell, who I saw was in a few episodes of The Americans. I have no memory of him in that show, even though I watched every episode of it. But he's good in this. I just didn't have anything else for him.
The only thing I have recall seeing him in at all, he was in a few episodes of later seasons of Boardwalk. You remember where Nucky's nephew was like, he's at Princeton or some shit, or Yale or something, and he's getting picked on by this guy, and he poisons him. Well, not poisons him. He gives him like milk of magnesia. This is the guy who takes the fall when that dude.
He had to have been really young then.
He was super young, but it looks just like him.
I dug up one similar to that of extremely. I think it's an old film that I've never seen, and I think you two may like it. I could be wrong about that, but he was in The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
The fuck
is
that?
I did like that movie. That was a good movie.
I knew one of you would like it.
That sounds stupid as fuck.
It's based on a book. It's one of those indie. It was Ezra Miller's breakout movie.
That Psychopath.
Yeah, that was his first
Psychopath.
Movie.
I could see. Nah, Ezra Miller ain't never cared about this motherfucker. I can see him hooking up with Mia Goth next if she's as crazy as she is in real life and she is in Infinity Pool.
Oh yeah,
dude, that movie shook me to the core in terms of like women. You need to go back and watch this fucking movie. And she's so wild. Jamesy, fucking shit.
The group arrives at a farm owned by Howard and Pearl, an elderly couple with a guest house where they intend to shoot the movie. Howard is an asshole towards the group, but Wayne excuses this as he does not inform Howard of their intentions. They film a sex scene between Bobby Lynn and Jackson while Maxine wanders around the property and discovers a large pond. She goes for a swim, unknowingly watched by Pearl from a distance, and also one big-ass alligator. Returning to the guest house, Maxine is invited in by Pearl, where she expresses envy for Maxine's youth and makes a sexual advance towards her. Howard comes home and Maxine sneaks out.
So we talked about the van that they roll around in.
The van. I know Hootie was a big fan of the van when we watched the trailer.
How,
what did it say on the side? It had something really fucking clever.
Plowing service.
Plowing service.
It was such a badass van.
Yeah.
Such a cool van.
And then they're using it as a prop because they're shooting at the gas station as if Jackson he runs this plowing service company or whatever. And of course, he's going to go throw some dick down on a bunch of white ladies soon.
And Bobby Lynn says, you should shoot it from top so it looks like it's just holding his dick.
Holding his cock.
And it was a pretty effective shot, I have to say.
Very effective shot.
I love it when they put movie making in a movie and they give you like the exposition of why it's done and you're looking forward to the rest of the movie. Is there any more like hidden dicks in here? Now the dicks are pretty obvious in this one.
And just so the audience isn't confused why I was singing a random Ronnie Atkins song at the beginning of this podcast, the script is called The Farmer's Daughter.
Farmer's fucking daughter.
So the house that they roll up on.
The farmhouse.
The farmhouse.
Iconic at this point. It's had, 3 hours of movie shot there.
Yeah, this is going to be the location for the rest of the film. How much does this remind you of the Sawyer house from Massacre?
Yeah, very much so. It's like up on the hill. It feels isolated. It feels hot and like sweaty too. Just like
it stinks. It's got to be a stink there.
It's a good summer movie, man.
If you look at like the tallies, there's a van, there's a gas station, there's Texas, there's a farmhouse. Like it's right there.
Yeah, the homage is on point.
And also, as hot as I said Mia Goth is in this movie, every time I see her on the screen, I just want to get like a water hose and spray that shit off her face.
Do you want the freckles?
Dude, the freckles on the one side of the eye just looks like looks like a bunch of grease splatter. Like she's got done cooking a couple hot dogs.
I thought it was adorable.
It's hot, but it's with it being uneven, it kind of throws me off.
No one else in the world looks exactly like that woman.
You think that's why they say she has the X factor?
She's a star.
That she's special. That she's unique. One of one.
Yes, sir.
Howard is played by Stephen Ure.
I have a note that was his name. That was all I had.
Let him finish. Is that it, Hootie?
I think
you just want to say his fucking name?
Is there anything else about this man? Because I couldn't find a damn thing.
What the fuck? You let Hootie go. Yeah, let him go.
Let him go. Apparently, he played a fucking gaggle of different orcs in Lord of the Rings. So you saw his face, I guess.
He says Howard, Stephen Orr, and I look at him.
Who is this fucking guy? I had the same moment. Like I looked at him. He didn't even have a picture on his Wikipedia. What does he even look like?
To bring up this show for a third time, boys, this might be an all-time record. He was in, you might have already guessed it, Ash versus Evil Dead.
I thought he was about to say Grey's Anatomy.
So
that's kind of a relief you didn't say fucking Grey's Anatomy.
So wait, did Ash versus Evil Dead shoot in New Zealand as well?
You bet your ass it did.
Is it just like the same fucking 8 people and all these every production down there?
Apparently, yeah. They were all stuck in New Zealand for COVID.
I think a big part of the reason why this guy was cast in this role is he is capable of acting well in prosthetics and heavy makeup.
Is he an old man? How old is this guy?
From what I saw in his one picture on IMDb, he didn't look old. But as Hootie said, like he played a couple of orcs with speaking roles in Two Towers and Return of the King. He was the fucking dude, Gorbag or some shit, Gorbog or something. The one who says, "I'm gonna bleed you like a stuck pig." In Return of the King.
That voice. I do remember that dialogue.
Yeah, he has like some of the most dialogue of the orcs. Like in those.
He looks like the guy from Texas 2, the metalhead guy. What's his name?
Chop Top.
Bill.
Talking about Bill Moseley.
Yes. Bill Moseley looks very close, very similar to Bill Moseley.
Wasn't Bill Moseley at the con you went to, Joy?
No, Bill Moseley wasn't. No, Bill Moseley wasn't that one.
I did like when Jackson sees this ugly sumbitch coming out of the house with a shotgun. He's like, "That's one ugly motherfucker." Everybody else is terrified, but he's like, "God damn, that boy's ugly."
This one ugly sumbitch.
Did you pick up on Howard asking Wayne if he served, and Jackson says he did 2 tours, and Howard don't give a fuck?
2 tours. Yeah, it's definitely the racism at play here, too. This movie works on a whole lot of different
He calls him a bohemian at one point.
Yeah, he just assumes it's all about drugs.
No, I don't think bohemian's like a racist term. But I think he meant it like it was a racist term. I kept looking up. I was like, is bohemian racist?
I think Howard's apparently just a fucking asshole.
Howard's an old man. First of all, why would you need to preface the fact that he may be an asshole with the fact that he's 95 years old. He ain't got no pussy in fucking 60 years.
He ain't got no pussy.
He's got a bad ticker.
Yeah, he's 95 years old. Damn. Are you going to have, what are you going to have? You going to have the goddamn horse's heart or some shit when you're 95 years old?
A horse's heart and a horse's dick when he turns 95. But I guess we're talking about Howard. We're talking about the prosthetics. Go ahead and let the spoiler cat out of the bag. Mia Goth donned extensive prosthetic makeup to portray the elderly Pearl. Describing her experience, she said it was a good 10 hours in the makeup chair and then going and doing 12-hour days on set. So did you guys have any idea that she was doing a dual role when you first watched this?
The way they filmed the movie.
Oh, you saw it like on VOD, Joy. You didn't catch it in theaters? So you had like no inclination that was going on?
No.
You hadn't heard anything about it?
There's no way that you, in my opinion, would be able to pick out that is Mia Goth. Until you get to the credits.
Some of the dialogue sometimes. That was the only thing on the rewatch I was like, I can kind of hear it.
The only thing that
it's the accent though. It's not really her voice.
When I first watched it, I had some stupid ass fucking theory. Because eventually, have we even got to the part where she goes in the house yet? Yeah.
She was chilling with Pearl Maxine was for a bit.
All right, so Pearl Maxine had a period of time where they were hanging out, drinking lemonade. Lemonade tastes like shit. She had to fucking chug it to get through it. Probably has some of Pearl's piss in it. Who knows? She's showing Maxine around the house and old pictures of how Pearl used to look. And the pictures, they look like Maxine. So, me watching this shit, I'm thinking this is actually her fucking grandma or some shit.
Oh. That works.
And then obviously it's that might have been a stretch or something because we have something else that happens later on in the movie where we realize Maxine is somebody else's daughter.
The way the old folks especially are shot for the first half of the movie, it's very clever. The way he kind of covers up what they really look like for a while. Like we don't even see Pearl up close until she sits down with Maxine, which is almost like literally a mirror at that point if you think about it.
Yeah, but the way it's shot, it's like you can't tell.
I mean, you really can't tell. But the way he took his time getting to that point before we actually even sat down with the character just added that like uncanniness to her where I was kind of like looking forward on a rewatch. You know?
Yeah, there's no like purpose.
Like, why am I not seeing this old lady? Is there something wrong with her?
Yeah, there's not any purposefulness behind it either. Like, you know, the way
it's
a lot
of fuck with you.
Yeah, a lot of the way that people shoot like twin characters, or a lot of directors that shoot twin characters, they would never show them on the screen at the same time. This movie doesn't have that problem. There's several instances where it shows them both on the screen at the same time. It's great.
I really don't know how they pulled it off because I don't. Knock on wood, I might be wrong. I don't know of any CG work going on here.
I think the only bit of CG. And it's kind of bad, but I don't really know why it's even in the fucking movie. In the opening scene, or one of the opening scenes, where they're leaving the strip club. And they're driving away from the strip club. And they're in the middle of
like the oil rigs
they're in the middle of an industrial park.
Bad. Yeah, I could see that now that
I think that's CG. But there's no action going on other than them driving. It's like, why? What is Ty West trying to speak to at that point?
It's got to have some kind of sexual reference, though, right? Pumping oil out of the ground.
Maybe. Well, I don't think it's oil rigs. I think it's just like...
they're like the heart of industrial Texas.
I mean, it is Texas, so yeah, maybe it is like an oil refinery or some shit.
If I could talk about two scenes here. The sex scene when RJ is shooting Jackson and Bobby Lynn, and Jackson tells RJ to shut the fuck up and let me do the fucking...
Let me do the screwing, man. Fuck.
I thought that was great.
That's fucking great. Jackson's great in these sex scenes.
Wayne tells RJ he's doing amazing work. Feel how hard my dick is. And he makes RJ grab his dick.
Grab my fucking cock.
He is really fast to grab his dick after he gives him permission to do so. Like,
very fast.
Like, curiously fast. Someone's like, you ain't got to tell me twice.
This movie quickly makes, like, every character, like, someone I want to engage with, you know? I think that's a testament of good writing. Like, they all actually have personality.
I think it gets to the point to where they're doing something filthy, as in making a porn film, but they're all at their core good people.
They all seem like they have some darkness and some light to them that's just not like, she's a whore and he's just here to fuck a bunch of hot women.
Yeah, well, they're well-developed characters. They all have their motivations outside of, this is what they do for work, you know? This is your job. You're not your job. But yeah, these are very well-developed characters, in my opinion. To get away from being serious about that, what'd you guys think about the side boob in the overalls?
Oh, man. The overalls.
Is that not sexy as fuck?
Overalls, wow, is what I wrote down. I've never seen anyone look that good.
I'm thinking, or the way it's shot, especially when she goes, once again, when Maxine goes to the house, wearing nothing but overalls, butt-ass naked underneath, and you get like
tempting old Pearl.
You get a side boob situation. That's like his version of the ass shot from Texas Chainsaw.
Oh, the tracking shot?
Uh-huh.
Going up to the porch. Yeah, I can see that. Another shot, that's the tits. The overhead shot with the gator. I love the framing
where
on
it's
that one, too.
stalking,
It's fantastic.
was stalking her. Man, that's
butt-ass
a goddamn gator. That's a 12 foot. If I hadn't reckoned.
Big old gator.
That's a big old gator.
The last thing I wanted to note here was Jenna Ortega. She got that wop watching all that love making, dog.
The big eyes.
She was soaking wet watching that shit. Jackson knows what the fuck he doing. He throwing
Here's
it
the
down.
thing. She's the damn grip.
She's dripping.
How does that make any fucking sense?
What do you mean holding the boom?
She's struggling like hell to hold
that.
that damn boom arm the whole time.
Well, she's the girlfriend. She's like free labor for RJ, right?
He's gonna regret that. He should have paid somebody at that point.
Why would you bring your girlfriend?
I knew someone was gonna ask it.
I mean, I'm just saying. Why would you bring
What
your
did you
girlfriend?
think she was going to do when she saw that big hunk of
that Alabama black snake?
You got Jax with a fucking elephant trunk.
Yeah. Desperate times, I reckon.
Might as well just take your damn girlfriend to a Chippendales concert. Or whatever you call their shows.
Maxine returns to the guest house where she and Jackson shoot their own sex scene out in the barn.
She runs like a fucking spaz. I have to say it. I have to interrupt you right here. When she's running back,
like a spaz.
Fucking.
When she's leaving the.
When she's running away from the house, did you guys notice that at all? She's waving her fucking arms like she's a flightless bird. The shit's crazy.
In the overalls, I'm not watching the running form. No, sorry. I'm looking for side boob. So Maxine returns to the guest house. They're gonna shoot a sex scene with Jackson in the barn, unseen by the group. Pearl watches from outside, imagining herself in Maxine's position. She then returns home and pleads with Howard to have sex, but he refuses, claiming his heart is too weak.
Oh, she's putting them fucking moves on him, dude. She's like doing this little dance, raising her dress up.
You want some of this shit?
My old heart can't take it. Man, oh God. Pearl watching what was going on in that fucking barn, dude. You know she's got a little bit of porridge brewing. She's got a little bit of Quaker oats simmering in her fucking bloomers.
Jesus, get a spoon. Let's go.
Fucking hell.
Brown sugar.
Goodness gracious.
What did you think about the shot of her imagining herself bucking on that thing?
Oh,
it made me throw up my mouth a little bit.
Oh, it was rough.
That's one of the things about this movie that I really appreciate is it bangs you with some disturbing imagery.
It does not shy away from showing you what old women's tits look like.
Well, there's that.
There you go.
It does not shy away whatsoever.
And again, it sets up kind of the whole psychology of this sex and youth and the past, and it's a lot of good character stuff going on, even for what we'll see will be the villains here.
And if I must say so, boys, I mean, in this scene, in The Farmer's Daughter, Maxine is playing the sister of Bobby Lynn, and she's milking a cow when she says that Daddy ain't gonna be home for a while, and she has to give Jackson a ride.
I can give you a ride if you want. Oh, shit.
It's just good writing.
You know his damn dick is probably stuck up in one of her heart valves or something. I mean, fucking hell. His flaccid penis, we will see in a little bit, is like 14 inches long.
And he was
imagine this motherfucker hard.
Yeah.
Imagine the Viet Cong seeing that thing in the Vietnam War. How about that?
Mia Goth ain't but like what? She's like, I think she's actually tall. I think in real life she's like 5'9" or some shit. On here she's like made to be a little bit more small, petite, cute, whatever. You got a 2-foot dick. I mean, and your upper torso ain't but damn 3.5 foot.
Joey's worried about the physics of the penis and the vagina.
I think she might have
we're watching a movie about a porno, Hody. What did you expect? This is Joey's wheelhouse.
This is true. I think I got a note somewhere. And I was like, Joey, at this point, it's gonna be all Joey's the reels.
How many erections is Joey gonna achieve during this part of the movie?
It was an overload of sex and stuff. By the end of it, I was just I was flaccid like damn.
He was in an infinity pool, if you will.
Yeah.
Night falls, and the group unwinds in the guest house. Lorraine, keen to shed her reputation as a prude, asks to participate in a scene. RJ initially refuses, but after being persuaded by Wayne, he films Lorraine and Jackson having some sex. Later, devastated, RJ sets out to leave the group stranded at the farm while they are asleep, but he is stopped by Pearl, who attempts to seduce him. When he rebuffs her, she stabs him repeatedly in the neck until he is damn near decapitated. And now we got a fucking horror movie, boys.
Oh yeah, here's where start. Well, before we dive into the horror, man, we have to talk about the rendition of Stevie Nicks' "Landslide."
Oh, and you talking about them playing the guitar,
Brittany
Jackson
Snow singing, and Jackson or
Sweet
Bobby
Mom.
Lynn. But yeah, while they're singing the song, it's like cutting to scenes of Howard and Pearl just going about their nightly routine of going to bed and shit, and it's so fucking melancholy, man.
It's like a touching, sad,
it puts
romantic moment.
Yeah, it puts
like
you in this
video.
headspace of like, what is this fucking movie? Because at this point, there ain't really been many horror elements outside of a few moments of like tension
creepiness.
and just a little bit uneasiness. But yeah, I thought it was actually like a beautiful sequence.
It's a great setup.
It was a good sequence, but it wasn't the best way I've seen in a film to portray the song "Landslide" from Fleetwood Mac. That would be Michael Keaton's Jack Frost.
Oh God, is he using the harmonica?
When the boy's building the snowman, Landslide's playing while he's building it. And then later on, we know that the Snow Dad happens. And
Snow Dad's better than No Dad.
Say about Snow Dad, it's better than No Dad.
But then Robert Baratheon becomes your
stepdad. J-Shot Charlie!
To the J-Shot Charlie!
Also,
motherfucker. He's melting and shit. He's dying somehow. He's fucking dying in ice cream.
Tips.
Before that, before they even sit down for dinner, we get a cover of a Buck Owens song, "Act Naturally," sung by Loretta Lynn, which I thought was pretty cool.
That was a good song too. I think they're playing that record, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking dope. And again, these are songs I probably heard 100 times, but never with enough context for them to sound like something new and fresh. And this movie just manages to do that. It takes old shit, it takes 70s horror, and makes it fresh again. It's awesome.
Speaking of like the actual like soundtrack, when RJ goes to the van and cranks it up to leave everybody in that cheating fucking whore, Lorraine, behind.
Hold on, before we get to that point, would you let your girlfriend do the porn?
Fuck no.
You gotta ask the question.
I am not being a fucking cuckold to some dude with a fucking 12-inch Alabama black snake. I ain't putting up with it.
We're all RJ here.
Yeah, we're all pussies.
You ain't coming back from that.
Although Lorraine,
you're dislocating her fucking lungs.
It's over at that point when she asks, right?
Bitch has got asthma for the rest of her life.
You can't stop it at that point.
Lorraine looks right at RJ when he's trying to talk her out of it. They go, people are coming to see tits, ass, and a big dick.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
We got all three, baby. I love how Jackson is so chill in that scene too. He's great. He's just like, I like to fuck. What's up?
I got a stupid.
He's not like cocky about it. He's not brash. He's just.
Well, he's a professional. Cool, he's a pro.
Yeah, I think Wayne even says he ain't got no diseases or nothing.
Well, here's the thing: in terms of like what it does for the production of the movie and for the actual like porn mode, it's a good thing having more. Having 10 minutes more runtime because of it. She undresses, right?
Oh, he's running something. That's for sure.
She undresses and she has a pair of panties on that say Sunday, right? What if she had a pair that said Wednesday?
Oh, how about that?
Someone CGI. That's the only CGI in the whole movie that somebody went in and put Wednesday. It made doubled the budget. $2 million movie now.
When RJ gets in the van and tries to drive away, yet another song is being played on the radio.
Don't fear the Reaper.
Don't fear the Reaper.
It vibes great for this scene too, man.
The wind, the sun, and the rain, come on,
because you
baby.
Think about like that song, we've heard it in context in 2 other horror movies that we've covered, but in this one, like it's, I don't know, something about Pearl doing what she does in that moment. It just, I don't know, it times itself very well, because I think in Halloween it's kind of just background noise while Michael was pursuing them. Like there's no actual horror sequence going down. And then it was just a credit song for Frighteners, if I remember correctly.
Yes. I don't remember what it was in Scream, but I remember it being in Scream.
Oh, during the fuck scene. During the fuck scene where he goes up there and says, "Oh, I'm going to have sex with your body." And she's like, "I don't want to. I'm a virgin." And he's like, "We set up for PG-13." And she flashes her tits.
We definitely got to cover that sequel at some point. It's a good franchise.
The fucking snaggletooth.
But yeah, it plays out like a music video here. And it's our first kill of the movie. And it's fucking wicked, man. The red headlights, all the blood splatter, the practical effects. It's all fucking next level here.
This goes back to kind of fleshing out the character of Pearl. You see her reaction as soon as she stabs him in the neck. It's like she rediscovers her youth.
Yeah. It's like it becomes sex for her, I think, at that point.
Yeah, I think it's so fucking good.
Like she really enjoyed just, I think, fucking the penetration of it.
First of all, she tried to damn finger his butthole, right?
Yeah, she was like, I'll give you whatever you want.
Tried to finger his fucking butthole. He said, hell no, bitch, I ain't playing that. Just watch my girlfriend get fucked by a giant-ass dick.
He should have revenge fucked Pearl right there,
dude,
in the driveway.
He should have recorded it, too. He should have recorded it.
He should have recorded it. That would have been the fucking end of the movie.
He'd be ahead of his time.
I don't know if I'd watch it at that point, but...
She's taking her fucking like nightgown off, and she says, "I can show you what I'm capable of." He said, God, "Stop! I don't want to see
it." It's so fucking sad.
Stop. I don't want to see it.
It's just sad to see her like beg him. You didn't feel like anything for her in that moment?
No, she chops his fucking guy's head
That's
off.
after the fact. That's after the fact.
I'm supposed to feel sorry for an old woman trying to
feel
bang
pity.
somebody.
I feel pity for the entire time. Like I actually like these characters. Yeah.
Oh, we are different here.
I mean, obviously shit goes off the rails.
She stabbed him like 20 times. You said it for her, it became like sex. You think she got her nut?
As close as you can, I think, yeah. You know Howard didn't. Well, spoiler alert, Howard didn't make her come. There's no way.
She was relishing that. Like, she was basking in it. Like, every time she would fucking stab. It was like just more enthusiasm after each stab.
Well, yeah, I mean, spoiler alert, we already talked about the sequel's called Pearl, so it's actually a prequel about this character. So knowing what we know about her now, I think it's definitely sex and violence or simpatico in her mind.
What the fuck is that?
of the same.
Big word.
You're going to have to start speaking American.
You're going to cut this A24.
Like, this ain't A24 podcast.
You want the Blumhouse version of it.
This is Southern.
I think that fucking and stabbing are kind of the same.
Yeah. Talk more about tits and stuff, less about Super Cop or whatever you just said.
Put the blood on the headlights and like the red glow. It's just great cinematography. I love it. Noticing RJ is missing, Lorraine enlists Wayne's help in finding him.
This motherfucker's dick.
Poor Wayne.
We've been talking about so much dick, but this motherfucker is tidy and his tidy whities.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit is so fucking good.
Wayne searches the barn, steps on a large nail. He then sees something moving outside, and when he peeps through a hole, old Pearl shoves a pitchfork through and into his eyes, killing him instantly. Meanwhile, Howard invites Lorraine into their house, claiming Pearl has gone missing. He asks Lorraine to retrieve a flashlight from the basement. Don't ever do this, anybody. She goes down and discovers a naked male corpse hanging from the ceiling.
That dude was dead, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming this was their last foray into what they obviously do.
Yeah.
He was great. He was beyond dead.
I thought it was RJ for a second, but then I was like, that person's too put together to be RJ, because I'm pretty sure his head's decapitated.
All right. I don't really want to say it. You're going to make me fucking say it. Ain't no way.
Is there a dick involved?
Ain't no way RJ got a dick that big.
Oh,
well,
ain't no fucking bull fucking shit, Hootie. They literally fucking pause on the guy's dick.
Joey, I think you were the only one who paused on the dick.
You know, RJ.
Spoiler alert.
RJ sat there. You know how they say the Grinch's heart grew 3 sizes that day? RJ's dick shrunk 3 sizes the day he saw his girlfriend get fucking bulled.
Jesus, man. This poor fellow was crying in the shower.
Yeah.
He wasn't even standing. He was sitting down in the shower crying. And you're going to talk about how little his wiener was.
I mean,
poor guy.
You said yourself you wouldn't let your girlfriend do it. What if she did?
He fucking let her do it.
We would have all been in that van. Each one of us, if you put us in this movie, would be driving.
Ain't no way in hell I would sit there and film my girlfriend fucking another dude.
But once she asked, you knew it was going down. Whether you would approve
I would
of
have
it or
fucking.
Not. Like Wayne told him,
we're done, bitch.
Wayne told him, if either you can let it happen, or it's gonna happen a whole lot more.
Well, here's the
when you
thing:
leave it.
like she has the interest in it. Guess what? We ain't go. Why are we getting into this fucking therapeutic shit?
It's done.
It's done. And guess what? If you fucking allow it to happen, I'm taking this goddamn camera with me, and you're gonna be able to film your stupid, dumb little porn movie.
Exactly. You're having the exact same reaction RJ did. The question is, would you stop when you see this poor old lady standing alone in the driveway in the middle of the night?
Me knowing what I know about
stop,
scary situations, I'm fucking swerve, bitch. I'm out of here.
So you would have just fucking left. Hootie would have just left. I'm the only one who would have stopped to try to help this poor old lady.
Ain't no way, man.
How about that?
I guess I'm out. I guess you two are the fucking ultimate champions here.
Like, it makes sense enough for him in the movie to stop, sure, because he hasn't had any interaction with this character at all. It's not like he's in Mia Goth's shoes, like where she knows, hey, something ain't right with this bitch.
This lady's a little creepy.
He's just out there in the middle of the night, sees this helpless old lady. So yeah, sure, he stops. Me knowing what I know, but hell fucking no.
You don't know
I would be
about
so upset about what I just witnessed. The man's crying in the shower. When's the last time you cried in the shower?
Been a while.
It's been a while. It fucking ever. This dude literally just got done crying 10 minutes ago, and now he's out here fucking, oh, old lady, I'm going to make out with you.
So to move past the RJ situation that we fell into,
fucking scene.
I really wish Wayne would have lasted longer, and to maybe pan up from the male piece that Joey keeps bringing up. Wayne had a great physique for his age. I think the dude's in his 40s.
Pretty solid looking dude, man. I wouldn't blame him walking around in his underwear. I'd do the same thing looking like
when
that.
When he stepped on that nail.
The fucking nail, man. That's what always gets you.
That is the only thing in this movie that made my balls clench. Like when I saw him step on that nail, because we've stepped on so many nails and glass bottles and shit in our time, and when we were younger,
slicing them feet open.
Yeah, that shit just gives me the creeps, man.
Talked about it before. Like it's a trick in movies where it's the hands and the feet, where if they really want you to feel to react to a situation, they just bang
eyes are the same way.
Eyes is pretty similar too. But hands and feet, like, you tend to feel those reactions in other people. So yeah, the classic foot on the nail is horrifying.
Dude, I like how he says, 2 keys to keeping a healthy relationship. Never let a good woman out of your sight. Never mention her weight. This motherfucker got stabbed in the eye.
He says, that's why I've been with so many beautiful women for so long.
He was, dude, everybody in this movie is so enjoyable, like, to watch. Like, you don't want to see any of them go.
Yeah, it's very rare where there's not at least one or two where you're like, oh yeah, fuck this guy, let him go. Like, what the fuck is that? Friday the 13th, son bitch? Shelly?
No, God, don't even start on
get
fucking
that
Shelly.
Dude. Get him out of here.
Is that
don't
the wheelchair
even start
guy?
on Shelly. Shelly redeems
the wheelchair
himself.
guy, you asshole. He's the guy with the mask. He gives Jason the hockey mask.
He's the one who's an actor.
Oh, gotcha.
He talks about how ugly he is. No one could love this face. I was like,
You call me an asshole. Y'all made fun of the wheelchair guy falling down the flight of stairs.
God, I love that
camera
kill.
work.
It was so fucking good.
That was a good kill.
Oh,
Anyway, back to X. See, this is the scream. This is Jenna in the basement, apparently hungover, according to Hootie's notes there. Top tier scream, man.
It was great.
Forgot how good it was till I heard it again.
yeah, it's not just the face. Like, the actual scream is very good.
She seems horrified.
That's how she got her job in the Scream movie.
Boom.
I think it came out the same year, so I don't know if they saw this footage.
Yeah, they
before.
did. They said
Not to bop your bubble there, but
they said you look like the mask from Scream. Would you like to be in the movie Scream?
would you like to be in the movie The Scream?
Would you like to be in the movie?
Howard goes to the guest house and asks Jackson to help him find Pearl. When they split up to scout the lake's perimeter, Jackson finds a submerged car in the water. Howard throws his flashlight into the lake, tricking Jackson to go in to retrieve it. Jackson makes it out, but is confronted by Howard, who shoots him in the chest, blowing him back into the lake. Meanwhile, Pearl sneaks into the guest house, undresses, climbs into bed with Maxine, caressing her body. That lucky devil. Maxine awakens in horror to find Pearl lying next to her, waking Bobby Lynn in the process. Answering the door with that damn dick hanging. It's an impressive dick silhouette.
It's.
Did you pause this one too, Joy?
It's part of the fucking humor of the movie, man. Like,
yeah, this is a crack up moment right here.
But it's right in the middle of a series of kills.
Yeah, this is a good balance of horror comedy.
Comically large.
Like, literally, you have old dude holding the shotgun, and you pan to fucking hands on his hips, got his own gun, just dangling the same angle. It's great. Kind of alludes back to the whole how he holds the gas pump earlier in the
You've heard of a baby arm holding an apple, right? This is like a fucking gorilla holding a bowling ball.
It's got to be a prop cock, right?
Yes.
Yeah, what in the
hell?
What the
Anatomically, he wouldn't have that.
You're looking at like next John Holmes.
That was low hanging fruit. Look at that banana.
It was mid thigh soft. I mean, imagine the swag to answer another man's door, butt ass naked.
I think part of that
he did
too.
This consciously.
All right, yeah, okay. He's proud of his member, right? Part of that too is he was in the service. In the service, you can't really have no shame because you be showering with a bunch of dudes.
You boys know.
And I be fucking sleeping naked too, and I ain't got no fucking alligator tail. I got like a
but if
I got like
if
a
you're
turtle
at another
neck.
man's house and he
Like a
comes
little
knocking
turtle-
on your
turtle
door,
head.
you're gonna put your fucking underpants on.
If I had a dick that big, I really wouldn't. I'll be honest with you. If my dick was that big, I wouldn't wear underwear.
I'll be honest with you.
I'd wear gray.
Yeah, sure,
I
would never wear clothes
gray
anyway.
sweatpants every fucking day. I would be flaunting this fucking. I would put a little bow tie on the motherfucker.
And I think here is where you realize why Kid Cudi is an executive producer, because I mean, he kind of funded this little scene.
He funded the prop cock. That was literally his only contribution. $50K for the prop cock.
We can make it a little bigger, Tal. Let me give you some money.
So how'd you guys feel about Pearl caressing Maxine?
First of all, Pearl's got them knee slappers, and I ain't talking about jokes or nothing like that. Them titties is dragging the floor, and the way the strangest part to me is when they're spooning, right? Obviously, Pearl's into it a lot more than Maxine is. Maxine goes to roll over in her sleep. Pearl turns it up. She starts rubbing and breathing hard in her face, like hard.
Wake up.
She wants the fuck, man.
I don't think it's a sexual thing with Maxine. I think it's more of like a desire of the flesh. Like she can feel her youth and shit like through her skin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they later kind of allude to Pearl choosing Maxine. Like I think she makes some kind of comment to Howard, like, I don't like blondes. Like this is my type, but we really don't discover what that means. If it's like they're eating people, or we never get to that point.
Dude, I'm telling you, if she somehow manages to capture Maxine, I think she's gonna skin this bitch. And like wear her skin. I think she's gonna wear her fucking skin.
I didn't think about that.
This bitch is crazy.
Nasty.
Right about here is where I kind of veered off in my thought process with this film, to where, what was this old couple's plan if RJ hadn't have made his escape in the van? Like, how were they going to kill this larger group of grown-ass people?
So you think that was like their intention all along? Is the only reason they were renting out the guest house?
I think to me, it's pretty clear that that's why they rented it out.
You think it's with the intent to kill, or are they trying to gain something?
They're trying to kill, because earlier Howard is mad at Wayne because he realizes that he lied about how many people he was bringing.
Yeah, I think he was under the impression it was just Wayne, right?
Yeah,
I think from what okay, that makes sense.
And it just played out that they weren't going to kill them because of that fact. The thing about
that's
Wayne,
why Howard was such an asshole about it.
They were going to. Here's what I'm thinking: they were going to keep Wayne, lock his ass down in the basement like the other guy, get rid of the other guy's body, use him as like a sex slave. Like, honestly, because you can see how Pearl horny.
You can see on the corpse of the man in the basement.
The man in the basement, there's a point made in the way that it's shot, showing that he has his pants down around his ankles.
That is just
y'all are adding like different levels of imagery that I didn't even imagine, so I appreciate that.
The only reason that they're even going to like having the reason for the boarding house is this. I guarantee if it was a woman that called, they'd say, don't even, it's not vacant. It's booked this weekend. You got a guy calling who's by himself. Oh, yeah, you can go ahead and come on up.
Get that young stud.
I mean, I don't know if Howard's sucking no dick or nothing, so.
Oh, Howard.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, Howard.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying his heart might not be able to take it.
God, I can imagine looking down at that going on.
I thought about this where, even if they would have said, like, Howard comes down to a full house and he goes, hey, guys, my wife's missing. Can you help me find her? More than likely, Wayne and Jackson would help. It's a double-barrel shotgun, so if he was to kill Jackson, like, Wayne would be able to overtake him. So I may have went way too far in the rabbit hole with its thought process.
Yeah, I think it kind of becomes ad-lib at this point. That's why it ends the way it does, because it's not as planned as it usually is.
Yeah, I think it's totally justifiable dissecting movies like this. That they show you every avenue of, like, what's going on, why it's going on. So, I think it's entirely fair play to, ask questions about intent and stuff like that.
And there's a lot of sex going on here, too. Earlier, when they were kind of unwinding in the cabin, or in the guest house, they had the whole dialogue about, like, who you fuck and who you love. Like, there's a difference between the two, and we see that with Howard and Pearl as well. A lot of psychology at play here, which I really dig. Back in the house, Lorraine breaks through the basement door with a hatchet, but Howard attacks, breaking her fingers with the butt of his shotgun. Bobby Lynn finds Pearl standing on the edge of the lake. Thinking she has dementia, Bobby Lynn tries to help her, only for Pearl to slap her, insult her, and push her into the water. That big-ass gator bites down on her head and then kills her with a death roll.
That
gator was gnarly as fuck.
Dude, that gator was fucking dope. Lake Placid, eat your heart out. This is the kill that, like, hurt me the most.
Brittany Snow?
Dude, Bobby Lynn, Brittany Snow was so fucking good in this movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, she hammed it up to, like, the perfect level.
Yeah, she was great.
So you two keep hyping up Mia Goth for good reason. I'm not arguing there. But my favorite actress in this is Bobby Lynn, is Brittany Snow. She was great.
Yeah, she's sweet. I did like how she was like, I thought about being a nurse once upon a time. And Pearl's like, "You're just a fucking whore."
Dude, she fucking rocked that whore's jaws,
fuck
bro.
You, old lady.
She fucking slaps her in the face. She says, "What have you ever done except be a whore?" Oh,
it's great.
And then you fucking
again, we got to credit Mia Goth in that dual role. That's her dialogue.
Yeah, that's her. But yeah, she pushes her into the fucking the nasty ass pond that damn Mia Goth decided
swamp
to
water.
Swim in with the goddamn leeches up your cooter and stuff.
Loved it.
It's such good camera work on that water, though.
But yeah, she pushed in the water and she said, "Bitch," but she delivers it like so,
like barely any energy left.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
This alligator has its own little character, kind of like Anaconda. Because earlier, obviously, Mia Goth had a little interaction with it. But when Jackson sees the Volkswagen in the pond, the gator's sitting right there beside of it, just looking at his ass.
Just waiting on his ass. Gators are tricky fuckers, man.
He's a fun little guy.
But I think the gator's been trained to dispose of bodies. Like they talk about it here in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Howard's intention when he tried to get Jackson to go in the water. We didn't really talk about his death. It's kind of the least creative one, but I did hate.
Oh, it's off screen. Like it's the only one you don't see.
Jackson getting shot in the chest.
Yeah, you don't see it.
We didn't really need to see it. I don't think that really did we.
Well, I'm just saying, like it's the least impactful because you don't really see it.
But I think his character, like the fact that we know this is a racist piece of shit, and Jackson's letting all of that go, and actually,
what makes him racist? Guy.
You don't get that impression?
Nope.
I feel like he does. He takes his service like because Jackson keeps reminding him, "I'm fucking Marines, dog." Howard never says what he did or what kind of branch of the military.
Howard served in 2 wars.
That doesn't mean he could have been a fucking
no.
cook,
They have pictures of it in the fucking.
But we don't know he was a Marine or what he was doing. Is my point. And Jackson makes a point to keep reminding him, "I was a fucking Marine." You know. It's like he can't even give him that respect to acknowledge the fact that you were a badass in the war.
He even tried to connect with him like, "Oh, I only got one flashlight." And Jackson goes, "If I can escape tripwires and damn, I can find your wife."
Hold on, my damn dick. That was the flashlight. It's got a damn built-in fucking battery in it.
Yeah, Jackson's great.
It's like Jackson is so fucking nice.
And that hand gets fucking rocked by the that shotgun.
Dude, 3 fucking
he fucks
taps.
His knuckles
bop,
up.
Bop, bop.
It's another one of those flinch moments. It's hands and feet, man. She loses her shit when them hands get wrecked.
Yeah,
her
but she
character
fucking
just fucking shrieks.
She sits like a fucking idiot, and after it gets hit the first time, it's still stuck out there. You know how fast my hand would have pulled back?
Fuck. Yeah, she's pitiful. From this point on, she's basically useless. Pearl and Howard return to the guest house, have them a little bit of sex, while Maxine hides under the bed.
Fuck me, Howard, fuck me.
Oh, God damn, dude. That dialogue. The first time she said it, I was like, all right. And then she did it again. I was like, okay, fuck, this is so weird.
You know Howard's dick going to snap off like a piece of drywall up in there.
Howard. The only way I could pull myself out of that, the only way I could pull myself out of the scene, I was like, that's Mia Goth, brother. That's still hot on some level. Just that's all you can think about.
Dude,
still hot on some level.
On some level, that's just Mia Goth and with makeup on.
The first thrust from Howard.
When it shows his like flabby ass cheeks.
He just dislocated his and her hip and fractured 2 fucking ribs. Did you see how hard he thrusted up into her?
Like a damn can opener, dude. He was up in that shit.
He's got good fucking aim. I would have snapped my shit in half.
Maxine manages to escape to the van where she finds RJ's decapitated corpse and the vehicle's tires slashed. She arms herself with a pistol from the glove box and enters the house to free a traumatized Lorraine from the basement. Yeah, the fucking is the highlight of this sequence, probably. On that same disturbing imagery level of shit I did not expect to see when I sat down for this movie.
See, if they weren't surrounded by gore and fucking mayhem, it would have been kind of like not really nice to watch, but it would have been a nice idea that they could reconnect on that, intimate level.
Oh, look at that sweet love making.
But what brought the intimacy about is them being in a fucking blood craze, being blood drunk.
I just had a connection. I watched this film for a second time last night. Until you just read that piece there, I didn't put it together. There's something with that revolver she grabs from the glove box that Wayne talked about earlier in the film.
Yeah, early in the movie, because when Howard comes out with a shotty on Wayne, he's like, it's not loaded. And then Wayne says, yeah, I keep one in the glove box. Same way, not loaded.
Yeah.
That was going to bite her in the ass. Also here, I don't know if you guys have noticed, there's been a lot of these like triple cut edits. You've seen those
where the transitions into like the other scenes. Yeah, I really like it's super stylized.
3 flashes for a scene before it cuts to it. It's really fucking cool. I kind of dug into it because I was trying to figure out where it came from because it definitely had like that 70s feel to it. Apparently made famous by Easy Rider was one of their trademark editing techniques.
I enjoyed it.
A quick fire back and forth transition from one scene to the X.
The movie, like for what it is, this I guess that goes back to the art house commentary. It was beautifully shot, like all the wide angle, like continuous shots, all the single take shots where they're walking. It's like a small detail, but they were walking. It's Wayne and Howard. And then you got the rest of the group behind, and they're walking towards the guest house. And it's just them casually walking through like an overgrown field to get there. But the wind's blowing. You got all sorts of like fauna or flora, excuse me. And it's just one continuous shot. It's really pretty. You know? And you feel like you're there. You feel like it's very...
it's sweaty. I felt sweaty this whole movie.
Fucking sweaty. Yeah, this entire fucking movie. We are in the middle of a heat wave, and this ain't helping.
Lorraine blames Maxine for the violent proceedings of the night and attempts to flee from the house, but she is shot in the head by Howard. As the couple begin moving her body, the dying Lorraine twitches, startling Howard and causing him to suffer a heart attack and die. The dome shot was fucking brutal.
Dude, her face looked like the dude from fucking Army of Darkness.
It did.
Remember when Ash shot his evil twin? Ash. Yeah, Evil Ash.
Who's gonna say the evil Ash's face was actually used? Everything from Evil Dead was fucking used in this movie, apparently.
In the background, you can see the castle from Army of Darkness. I gotta say, it didn't happen in the second watching this, obviously, but in the first watching this, that shotgun to the face was unexpected.
Out of nowhere, man. Yeah, it's great. Because the last thing we've seen was literally him shooting his wad, and bam, next time we see him, he's
Which, the fact that they got back to that front door that fast, so it's okay.
You get re-energized when you make love like that. Who needs to hover around
what
when you
the
just blew your first load?
You get more energy. I'm fucking laid out. I'm splayed out, bro.
I'm laying on my stomach, holding my ass cheeks.
I'm fucking like, I'm groaning like I'm in fucking pain. Ugh.
Maxine retrieves the keys to Howard's truck and attempts to shoot Pearl, but finds that the pistol is not loaded. Pearl then tries to shoot Maxine with Howard's shotgun. Maxine dodges the bullet, and the recoil sends Pearl out the front motherfucking door, breaking her hip. As Pearl lies in pain, she begs Maxine for help. Maxine gets into Howard's truck. Pearl starts to berate and insult her. So, Maxine reverses the truck, crushing the bitch's head and driving away. The shotgun blowback, again, fucking wicked.
So to your point earlier, Chris, did you feel bad for Pearl here? Did you want to console her and hug her and love her?
No, not at this point. Okay. But
just checking.
Up until the first kill, man, she's definitely someone I sympathize with. I didn't see the dude with the huge dick hanging in the basement.
Pearl dies having like the happiest night of her life in a long time. There ain't no better way she could have went out, man. Yeah.
I was impressed by the shot of her running over Pearl's head. That was some great prosthetic work.
Yeah, that looked really good too. That's the same area where we saw RJ get got to. And from what I read, I didn't go into hardcore detail, but apparently the way they shot the RJ stabbing death was there's a trap door there, and his head, he was in it with his head out, and the rest of him was prosthetic while she was going at him. Oh. That's why he kind of got his twitch and everything. I wonder if they used something similar for Pearl's death. But yeah, really fucking cool. Really innovative.
For the entirety of the movie, we have this televangelist on pretty much every single screen, every single movie. I think he might be on the radio at some point. But every single TV, every single radio, he's on there. And he's getting to the end of his sermon, and it's revealed that Max is actually the televangelist's daughter. And I'm thinking this may come back into play in the next...
In Maxine?
In the continuation of Maxine's story.
which will be releasing in theaters the day that this here episode drops.
Nice.
Is it coming out on a Thursday night?
Yeah, I think they're doing a Thursday night preview. That's the 4th of July, though, so I don't know.
What the fuck?
That throws off the release schedule.
I will be in town that weekend. So.
Oh, it's getting watched by me for sure that weekend.
We can do a Horrible Film School watch-along.
Oh, a little sleepover while we're at it. We could talk about all the dicks we saw.
I got plenty of room down in the fruit cellar.
Yeah, Joey's got the barbarian basement.
He does.
Yeah, y'all can take turns like the people in the movie.
There we go. All right, let me wrap this up. My last little bit here. The following morning, the police arrive at the house and find the bodies. It is revealed on the television set that Maxine is the daughter of the fanatical Christian preacher who has been preaching frequently throughout the film. The police discover RJ's camera and speculate what it contains, with the sheriff saying probably contains footage of, quote-unquote, one goddamn fucked up horror picture. Cut to black. A great fucking ending. Great ending. But you think that's going to inform what Maxine's about?
I mean, does she change? We don't find out what her actual name is in the movie, do we?
In this movie?
Yeah. Like her actual
Yeah, they call
name.
her Maxine.
That's not her fucking name, though.
They call her Maxine Minx.
I'm talking about her actual name, not her stage name.
Oh, like her birth name. I got you, yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be something that ties back into that. Her
That's her porn star
actual
name,
identity and stuff. Because they have the footage of, the porno
BBC.
that was being shot, and the only body they're not going to find is Maxine's body.
Right.
So they're going to want to look for her.
So she's a fugitive.
Yeah, but damn, she's going to be a fugitive and also a fucking movie star?
They're also not going to find Bobby Lynn's body, but I digress.
All right, putting it in our past. Looking forward to what else is to come from this lovely trilogy. What kind of memorabilia you boys want to take home from X? This is an obvious one, I would say, but we always say that. We always take different shit.
I know it's going to be, it's going to sound a little morbid, but hear me out. What if I could get that roadkill cow?
What in the hell?
How about that?
Look, it's already been gutted and somewhat butchered.
This is the most leather-faced shit I've ever
All
heard you
the
say.
good cuts are still intact. Your sirloin, your rib, your brisket, chuck. My meat from the Slither episode is running low. It's about time I had a chance to restock.
That dirty meat.
Well, that was unexpected for damn sure.
That's definitely the blue-collar answer here. I need some meat.
Well, I got an idea of what you're gonna pick, Chris. I'm gonna not touch that.
Well, give me the fucking camera.
Couple options here, and I think after talking about the film here, I'm gonna take Jackson's blue suit. That thing was pimp as hell. That 1970s
Was a nice ass suit.
blue suit. I don't know if I can pull it off.
First of all, you ain't got the dick to pull it off. Don't even start.
I understand. I'm gonna have to get the prosthetic.
You got to get the prop cock to go in there. Stuff that son bitch. I'm going easy. I'm going the film footage.
Oh.
I will finish this movie in RJ's honor. You don't want to watch that shit, man?
I feel like that we have.
I want to see the real detail.
I don't want to
wanna
watch
see the raw
RJ's
footage.
old lady getting fucked. Make me feel sick to my stomach.
Yeah, you do. You kind of do though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll finish it in RJ's. I'll even put "Don't Fear the Reaper" in the
Put
credits.
it in memoriam or whatever.
In memoriam for RJ's neck and his little baby dick. All right, fellas, let's wrap it up. Get the grade books out for Mr. Ty West. Start with you, Mr. Hootie. How did you feel about his 2020 entry, X?
I'm excited to see what letter grade that we all give this. So
I think it's pretty apparent what we're gonna do.
We're gonna suck each other off.
2022's X was a film I have only watched one time, the weekend it came out in theaters. I remember loving this film the first time I watched it, and damn does it hold true on this rewatch. Ty West's direction seems fresh, although he's using several plot tactics well worn over the years, but his execution is what makes it all work. The characters who are set out to make an adult film are able to make you feel sorry for them that they are being mowed down by this sinister old couple. At every turn, they show remorse and a moral compass that we all strive to have within ourselves. Overall, this film is an incredible horror film. I even go as far as say it's just a good film in general. And I give it a letter grade of A.
This Ty West guy is he's pretty good, huh? 2022, he's pretty good. 2022's X is A24 highbrow elevated horror meets 70s slasher splatterfest. A chocolate in my peanut butter type situation. First and foremost, there are no wasted characters. Everyone is likable, which allows the audience to become invested enough to where each and every death hurts. It wrenches your heart out of your chest and it stomps it. Accomplishing this feat in this type of movie is very hard to do and deserves praise. And those characters aren't limited to the victim pool, as we also have a pair of fantastic antagonists in Pearl and Howard, with motivations and insecurities that humanize them and almost endear themselves in a sadistic way. The story is excellent with great pacing and a good, albeit familiar setting. The underlying themes of growing older and life passing you by with nothing to show for it. It's nice seeing something so universally experienced, explored in a horror movie. Standout performances, there's several, but for me, the obvious choice, Mia Goth, playing both Max and Pearl. She nails it as both final girl and villainess. But not to be outdone, I think Bobby Snow shines as the hot blonde Southern Belle comic relief. She just oozes that charm that we Rebs are known for. Normally, this is the part where I would criticize a slasher for holding off on the gore for the most part. But I kind of like that Ty West pulled back the reins on that front. Besides the RJ kill. The plot's so good, the cast is so fun to watch, and the villains are so morbidly enchanting that X doesn't need buckets of blood and rivers of guts. It gets by on being a good movie alone. Hell, it doesn't just get by. It elevates itself as one of the best horror movies I've seen in years. 2022's X grades out with a B.
Alrighty, so as this was my choice, this is something I was in the bag for as soon as I heard about the machinations of people involved. Like I kind of alluded to earlier, I had listened to Mr. West on a podcast promoting it. Something I knew I was going to love way before I even saw it. I've been riding with Ty West a long time, so this one just had me bubbling. There are very few hallmarks of horror that I hold in the highest regard, and I'd say this checks damn near every one of those boxes. It's a slasher. It's psychological. It's scary. It's funny, and it's sexy. That's 5 out of 5 in my book. Mia Goth is a force, and she is driving a franchise damn near single-handedly, playing the dual role here to damn near perfection. Imagine any other final girl playing the big bad in a movie like this. It's fucking crazy. We have a great modern horror franchise here, and for me, it's looking like a 3 out of 3 banger of a trilogy. I'm really excited for Maxine. There's nothing but flowers from me here, so I will dismount this horse already. Take this A and have a great day, Mr. Ty West. All right, this was my choice. So our patented meter game here. Recap the rules for those of you new to the show. We take a guess at the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. If we are within 5 percentage points, then we are allowed to choose the next film. So I had to abstain here. This was my choice. So between you two guys, Joy said this would be at a 72%. Mr. Hootie said this would be at a 78%. The actual audience score here is for some fucking reason, a 76% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, who the fuck's closer?
So you both are within 5 percentage points, but
y'all killing me.
Wait, who's closer?
But,
I said a what? 72?
But Hootie is only 2 percentage points off versus Joy's 4. So we have a winner, Mr. Ryan Hootie.
I think afterward he went on there and just started like making a bunch of fake accounts and started voting this shit up.
Well, I've been reaching out to our Instagram followers and getting them to go in there.
Wow, you got a little army. You got a little fucking stupid little army brewing, huh?
Congratulations on your win, sir, but we're in the heat of July here coming up.
Here we go.
In the heat of the night, y'all.
This will be our third summer going back to the luscious state of Texas to cover the next in a current run franchise we're looking at called Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Part 3 from 1990.
Is that the name of it?
That's the name of it. Okay. I had to Google it to verify. Leatherface, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. So you're going to have to pocket that win. Blind for me. I have no idea what this one's about. Pocket that W.
Okay, I got time to think about it.
He was a little nervous.
I mean, it happened so infrequently that I had nothing ready.
There you go. So we're going to watch the YouTube trailer. We'll put the footage up with our reaction on our own YouTube channel. So if you want to check that out, do so on our YouTube page. Otherwise, we will see you back here in a moment. All right, fellas, that there was the trailer. We can play our meter game here, but again, nothing at stake.
Well, that's the hardest shit I've ever seen to base anything off of.
Based on that beautiful bit of cinematography, where do you think this
I would
bad
say
boy
100
sits
or
with the
0.
audience? 100%.
Or fucking 0. I think only 3 people have seen this.
It looks like a coming of age tale, if you ask me.
Dude, this is gonna be
what the hell
dog shit. I'm gonna say like 25. I'm going low.
4-0 for me.
It's hard. It's Texas.
Is Matthew McConaughey one next?
That's 4, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna
a new generation.
Renee Zellweger.
32.
Why are you trying to cut me every time?
You said 25 or some shit.
Yeah, you did the same shit on this last one.
Who likes to be just a little bit bigger than you?
He's cucking me.
So 1 more inch.
From our experience on the show, you two are always pretty close. So now I'm just changing up my logic with this game.
Long odds. He's playing the odds now.
Now he's using scientific. He's using scientific method to fucking cut.
Got Russell Crowe, beautiful mind over here.
All right, folks. As far as where to watch, looks like this is currently not streaming anywhere. You can rent or buy it at the usual suspects: Apple TV, Google Play, YouTube, Amazon, whatever. So might be able to find you a VHS at your local library. That'd be fucking dope. Just remember, Saw is family.
And be kind. Rewind.
Rewind that shit, please. Thank you for listening. Check out the website, horriblefilmschool.com, to find links to all our podcast platforms, our Instagram, our merch store, a link tree on there that can get you connected to anything and everything Horrible Film School. Give us a follow, leave a review, send us some wet-ass overalls, preferably soaked in some gator water. I'm going to say goodbye and offer my support to women aching for the days of young, supple flesh and a good, hard man to share it with. You the real MVP.
As always, if you're hearing our voices, tell at least one person you know, spread that love, spread that campaign, tell them all about the Horrible Film School. And with that, I'm off to find out just why exactly the Saw is family. And I'm out.
Thanks for all the likes, the subs, the listens, the follows, the downloads, all that good stuff. Really appreciate you guys, gals, support, as well as your time and attention. Be sure to join us next time when we return to the slaughterhouse in 1990's Leatherface, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. Class dismissed.